Yeah, we are ready.
Okay, good. So it's time for you?
Yes. Rồi, không sao đâu. Đây à, sẽ desktop hay là sẽ
Desktop đi, xin desktop.
Teacher, can you see my share screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen and I can see you. I can see your beautiful faces. You look beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you can start now.
Yes. Hello everyone, we are Group 3 and today we will present about Web 2.0 tools in writing skill. And our group includes 4 members, Vũ Minh Huyền, Hoàng Thu Thủy, Lê Thu Hằng, and I, Bùi Thu Hương. And next I'm going to our presentation will divide into 3 main parts. The first one we will talk about the pencil, and the second one is the iPortal, and the last one is evaluation about the tool software. And firstly, I'm going to explore what Pencil is. Pencil is a simple online tool for creating a personal journal. Entries are automatically dated, and students can add titles and text as well as images, which appears in the Imaginers page. They need to register to save the entry, but this is quick and simple and only requires an email address. The journal entry can be shared by email or can be printed up and brought into class. If you email an entry to someone, they receive the text in an email and link to the journal page you sent. The journal page can only be edited and changed by the author, not by the person who received it.
Next, let's have a look at the way we use Pencil. As you can see in the screen, this happens when you first open the pencil.com web. In order to log in the app, you have to own an account. And let's sign up an account here. As you can see, several pieces of information are required to have an account. Just the very basic information like name, email address, and password. Because I already had an account, so I won't go straight to the sign-in part. Sorry, because I can sign in, so I will sign up again.
It's okay.
Email address. Can you confirm the password here? Tôi thích cần rồi.
I think you should reset the password. There's
Yes, so
somewhere.
I will.
I think you can. Okay. Forgot your password. Forgot your password? Or you? Yeah, you can activate it again.
Yes, I will. And now you log after you fill in the email address to if you forgot the password, and you can open the emails to receive the new password to change the password again.
My advice to you is that when you try different software, I think we should choose just only one consistent password, so you don't, you know, you don't
In the
forget
morning,
it. All right.
in the morning
Okay.
I sign in, but it's okay.
Okay.
I don't know why what happened.
I don't know. Yeah, it happened all the time, so don't worry about that.
Oh my God, internet connection. Okay, this is when you become a member and log in successfully, and now you have to click new entry to start writing. As you can see, you can add a text and title for an entry with automatic date like Wednesday, 28th September and 2007. For example, the title is Penzu, and you can start writing on the blank space like A, B, C, D. And also you can add picture to writing. So how to add picture to writing? Yes, you can see the icon picture here. It's insert image. You press this button and can upload photo from your computer. If you don't want to upload your photo from the computer, you can paste the image URL here. And so now I will upload a picture randomly from my computer as an example. And you insert photo here. You see the picture has been added to the writing. And after you finish several entries, you can view all entries here, which you have written and in the view all entries button. From that, you can select the entries you want to modify and use the tool about the list to open, erase, rename, print them, and other functions. I guess all of you have already known about the Word software, right? Like what we often use, Penzu has a lot of similarities, like we can change the font of the writing, like Times New Roman or other fonts. And moreover, we can change the background and the part to the style we like. There's many backgrounds and part style here. And that is the way we can use Penzu. Now we will move to the next part. We will move to the next part in what ways teachers can use Penzu with their students. Inevitably, Penzu is a great help to teachers in their teaching. First and foremost, teachers can use the Carter tool to create digital materials with text and images you can share and can share with their students. Secondly, Penzu can also be used to write portfolio, which include homework tasks for students and share with not only learners, but also parents, their parents, and the employers. Moreover, teachers can use Penzu as their own personal development journal to reflect on their own teaching. Additionally, Penzu makes it easier for teachers to record the content of their teaching, like this lesson summary. Last but not least, teachers can use it to create models for writing activities. Teacher could use a new entry each time redrafting to show how the text changes through the process step of brainstorming and drafting to the finished product. And also, Penzu can support learners in their learning, like initially teacher can use the tools and learner diaries. Students can use it as a learning journal and write in what they learned from each lesson. They could share their entries with their teachers also. That students have a chance to give feedback on aspect of teaching of the teacher is another advantage of Penzu. And above all, learners will be able to create text which they can share with their parents. We call image-based narrative. Teacher can do this by giving students a group of images to upload to the margin of the text, and then asking the students to create a story based on the images. And the second part of our presentation is about another software, iExplorer.
Okay, so now I will take over the iExplorer. You can see here, there is the logo of iExplorer. Okay, so what is the iExplorer? You can see generally, iExplorer is a web 2.0 tool designed for research and study that draws facts about the topic into a visual display. Not only is it an ideal application for brainstorming and finding associated ideas, but it is also considered to be an amazing educational tool based on Wikipedia, which enables students to make research about specific terms to prepare for writing assignments and class projects. Okay, so now I will help you to make it clearer how to use the iProver in your writing skills. Okay, so firstly, we have to go to the iProver website. You can see here, it is iProver.com/show/. Okay, and you have to wait to the tool to load. Maybe it take maybe some seconds. Okay, and then you want to type your search term here. If your term is available in the eye, you can see the eye here, you can move it right to the box. For example, if you want to search something related to Facebook, you can click and move the word Facebook to the box like this. Okay, and if not, you can type the topic and I will take the education as an example like this. Okay, and now you click go or press enter. Okay, wait for the tool to load. Okay, here is our result. This will create a series of iSports that are the topics related to the term. Okay, you can see the links are categorized and color-coded by the fields such as science and technology, place, work, health, life science, organization, and society. Okay, when putting the mouse over one of the connection, you can figure out more details in the note, such as the skill here, and you can see more detail about the skill in education. Okay, and one more useful function of the graph is that you can double click on an iSpot to see the relationships between the iSpot and others. For example, I double click the term skill. And now, okay, now we can see the relationship among the connections. I think it's very useful and very easy for us to brainstorm the main ideas and can find out more the supporting one also. Okay, you can also focus more on in the research by adding additional search term, the initial query like this. For example, I add the term teaching method. Here and go. Okay, so research skill is more narrow, the accuracy is higher, and maybe the connection comes closest to your assignment. Okay, on the left is the description of the term. The main term I choose today is education. So to see an expanded list of the facts, you click all facts, and the web leads you to the full version of that education and teaching method. Okay, come back. To open the notepad, if you want to note down something or maybe you want to remember the terms, you can click note button, and here is your note. Okay, and now education, I find the term science and technology is very useful for my assignment. I can move it to the note like this. Okay, so here is the way we can note down in iProver. And about and also in addition, we can edit the note and add more your own idea by using clicking on the icons in the bottom, at the bottom of the pad. Like you can add note, something like that. You can maybe type more your own idea, like I will type teaching and learning. Okay, yeah, and in this note there are both the idea of the iPower and your own idea. Okay, so these are the fundamental functions in the iPower, and now we can find more about how we can use with students.
And now I'm going to present about how iPower is used with students, how iPower is integrated in classroom, especially in writing skill. Firstly, in essay task, teachers can set simple academic type writing tasks for students based on a theme. Then teachers can ask students to research and collect notes using this by using this software. As a result, students can create their own text from their notes. Secondly, in terms of creating notes, when creating set of notes based on particular information provided iPower, teachers are able to ask students to research the references to generate their essays. Last but not least, it is convenient for students to find relevant references to based on an essay assignment question. Therefore, not only can students complete their task at ease, but they also can have chance to broaden their knowledge. According to above mentioned ways to use iPower with students, this application plays a pivotal role in allowing teachers to lead students away from the more plagiaristic practice of copying and pasting direct from other online works, because in the whole process, students have to totally create notes, generate essays, and search for references by themselves, besides the sufficient useful guidance from teachers. And now we'll move to the next part, the last part called evaluation.
Yes, firstly, I will evaluate the pencil. Student not only can improve their writing skill, but also enhance the writing quality with more valid function. Pencil provides opportunities for peer editing, a useful skill that requires practice. Teacher can share any student entry with the whole class or with specific students. Sharing with the whole class can promote class discussion on a particular issue, while sharing with a specific student can be used to assign partner work and peer editing. With proper teacher guides, students can effectively edit and comment on their work and receive immediate feedback. However, pencil also have some drawbacks. The first one is autosave. It may automatically save even when you do not want it to use. For example, you accidentally erase everything and save that current version. The second one is monthly upgradation. Although upgrading improves the quality of software, it costs inconvenience and costs money. That are two big weaknesses of Pencil, which students should take into account.
Yes, and now I would like to evaluate iPower, the research engine. Initially, I want to analyze the benefits that users can gain from iPower. The first thing I want to comment is that instead of reading long documents, users can easily save time by collecting individual facts, which are clearly represented by keywords and phrases. Moreover, knowledge and facts are not only graphically designed, but also visually arranged in different categories. Hence, iPower users can conveniently define what is most relevant and important for their needs. Secondly, due to the simple usage, students could dependently research and explore facts as well as new information. In conventional classes, when students meet any difficult assignments which require a lot of searching efforts, teachers usually have to work hard in explaining and guiding what students should pay attention to, and what kind of documents they should read to deal with the assignments. And sometimes after reading a mountain of documents, students still could not recognize what is useful for them. Thanks to the graphical design, students might realize necessary sources for them so that they could dig into the topics on their own. One more advantage of iPlorer is that students are able to prepare for future reading materials. If teachers give them any keywords of next reading task in class, they can go home and easily search those phrases on iPlorer. There might be a number of facts and interesting new information so students should concern about. Therefore, not only students can discover future reading materials on their own, but they can also improve their knowledge of in-class lessons. Thus, that both students and teachers can use the iPlorer to review and recycle previous vocabulary and topics is the last strong point of using iPlorer. Because of this software provides users with expanding note that users can copy and save necessary information to study. That's the reason why iPlorer is helpful in revising previous knowledge. However, besides positive effects, iPlorer still remains one main drawback that should be addressed. This disadvantage is that the intellectual commons used by iPlorer is Wikipedia only. As far as I'm concerned, although Wikipedia supports users with a wide range of sources, the biggest problem is that everyone is able to write, edit, and delete anything they want. If the authorization is given out incorrectly, it could lead to people posting inaccurate information. So in our group's opinion, it might not be sometimes reliable when students depend much on discovering new information in iPlorer. In addition to this, teachers should recommend more authorized sources such as New York Times, The Guardian, BBC, and so forth for students to self-study instead of just absorbing knowledge from one website only. And Kuan is going to talk about combination.
Okay, so from what we have presented, we also think that the combining to these webs should be a good idea in writing, especially academic assignments. Obviously, Penzu possesses more eye-catching templates. You can see as Hằng show you, and like we can insert images from either online web pages or your own computers and other useful functions which make the format such as illustration more attractive. While Penzu can take over the designing, iPlorer has tendency to concentrate on the content, the most important part in writing. Thanks to the relationships between iSports, users find it easier to brainstorm not only main ideas but also supporting ones. In addition, providing sufficient information resources is another strength of iPlorer. People can make use of that to reinforce coherence. In conclusion, the combination of Penzu and iPlorer helps users to design an assignments with professional format together with logical and persuasive content. Besides, when you demand more reliable and various sources, we can recommend Google Scholar, whose most of researching outcomes are from published books as well as carefully moderated process. Okay, so that is the end of our presentation. We hope that you can get the overview of these tools and utilize them to support your writing skills. Thank you very much.
All right, lovely. It's a very good presentation, and I love the idea of combining the web tools together to teach one particular skills, and I love it. I love the idea. Thank you, Group 3. Thank you very much for your group. Thank you. Yes. So it's time for question and answer. You have some minutes to do so. Any questions and comments from groups? Yeah, there's a question of pen. I think in the chat box, somebody posed a question. Look at the chat box. Does Pencil have any advantages over Google Docs? Yeah, it's a good question.
I think that Google Doctors maybe have the simple templates, and if you need more the attractive templates or format, and you want it to more professional, I think Pencil is the good choice rather than Google Doc.
Okay, yeah, the answer is quite reasonable. About format, about style, about templates. It's good. Good point. All right. Thank you, Group 3. And Group 4, where are you? Are you ready for your presentation?